how to understand this whole phenomenon of monsoon. For that matter, you will find. Hello guys, welcome to Plutus IAS. This is Akshay Guru, Faculty Geography. So today I'm here again with one of the most interesting topic that really forms a soul of our Indian culture and economy. This particular topic that we are going to discuss today, right, in its full detail, is all about the climatic conditions. Those are prevailing, okay, those are prevailing over in the tropical region. If you ask Vladimir Kopin, so he is like this climatic condition that is precisely what known as this monsoon. It is prevalent in tropical region as such, and hence he tagged this or categorized it in a type of climatic condition. If you ask, like, say, this topic monsoon, the literal meaning of this term. So the literal meaning of this term, actually there, a kind of doubt over, okay, or kind of a confusion over what exactly forms the root word of this, right? Which, like, say, for example, if you like based on Al-Birani, okay, if you like based on Al-Birani in his Kitab al-Wind, so he has mentioned that there is like a monsoon. So the root word that it seems may be like of Arabic origin. Monsoon, that means seasons. That means season. Or it may be like a kind of, again, a confusion that this term may be of Malayan origin. Okay, Malayan origin. So there is a kind of debate, but still, whatever, you will find the meaning of this root word monsoon. It means seasons. And this monsoon, then, it must subscribe to some seasonal climatic conditions as well. Yes, like the very root meaning, it is what about season, and this monsoon, then it must be something in connection with the season. I have asked like number of times, okay, in almost all batches, what do you mean by monsoon? And you know what the most common answer I received from that particular like batch, all those batches, in fact, monsoon is rainfall. Monsoon is precipitation. But believe me, guys, that is absolutely not a case. Monsoon is not at all like a phenomena that is merely a rainfall. Now, it may be kind of a byproduct of a phenomena or of a particular activity, climatic conditions, but it is absolutely not a rainfall. Okay, so like don't consider, okay, or don't mention how and why I'll be explaining, but at least at the first, don't ever consider monsoon is literally equals to rainy season or rainfall. No. Monsoon is something that is outcome of, okay, sorry, the rainfall is something that is outcome of, say, climatic phenomena or like wind movement, like to be more. See, the definition of this monsoon that is given in syllabus. Okay, see, even the syllabus for NCERT as well. The monsoon is a seasonal reversal of the wind system. Monsoon is a seasonal reversal of wind systems. Now, guys, have a look over. Do you find any mention of rainfall or precipitation over in this term? Because what we have a misconception that monsoon is rainfall. But in the definition, you never, okay, you will, if you gone through any of the standard definition of monsoon, that is absolutely, okay, it does not include this rainfall or precipitation as its key term or ingredient of definition. The reason being, see, because monsoon is a result of wind systems and their movement. Wind systems and their movement that lead to, as a byproduct, a rainfall or precipitation in different parts of the world, as like in India. So, see, now in this definition, there are three key words. I would say three keywords. The first is like a seasonal, second, reversal, and of what? The wind systems. So, a seasonal, if you try to like understand the meaning of each of this term, then you will get to know about the real meaning of monsoon. See, seasonal. There are two seasons, as in summer and winter. Summer and winter. The second key term is like reversal. Reversal, it means what? Like that is something counter, that is something like against, reverse, yeah? Or I would say opposite. You know, just to help you to understand this particular term, reversal. And of what? Of the wind systems. Now, which are wind systems? These wind systems are simply trade winds or wind systems. Trade wind systems. Yeah. And the topic of winds, you must be aware about, there are three different types of global winds: trade winds, westerlies, and polar easterlies. Trade winds are also known as trade easterlies. So, trade winds are basically having two types of winds. See, trade winds are having three types. The first one, you'll find south east trade wind, which later transform into southwest. How will be discussing this? Southeast trade wind, then northeast trade wind. Yeah? In NCRDs and even in the rest of the group, you'll find a real-time global wind distribution diagram. There you will find, say, this nations of acres. Now, see, in the definition itself, there are, say, some division of it, okay, some part of it. Like seasons, summer, winter, like wind systems, southeast trade winds and northeast trade wind. Two winds and two seasons and kind of a reversal of phenomena is as well there. Yeah, kind of a reversal phenomena is there. So can we consider it as like, say, in one season you will find the moment say a wind is there, and another will find that another wind that is blowing. See how in summer there is like a movement of southeast trade wind in region, okay, or in like over in the tropical region. In winter, you will find the movement of northeast trade winds, okay, which later transform into northwest trade winds actually. So southeast trade winds, northeast trade winds, they are having their occurrence in respective seasons, and their direction is what I would say like in counter current manner. This too, like if you try to understand this direction of two winds, direction: east, west, north, and south. You'll find southeast trade winds. Okay, these are like having their origin in this fashion, origin in southeast and moving toward northwest, and northeast. They are like, say, having this particular direction of origin. And this are due to some factor of Coriolis force or directional influence on the wind led by the rotation of the Earth's surface. You will find, say, these winds are then blowing counter to, okay, or opposite to the other wind system. And hence, right, not at the same moment, but in a different seasonal time. Okay, don't get confused. So, at a different seasonal time, you will find this then lead to a seasonal movement of this wind system. Yeah. So, what is monsoon? Monsoon is not a rainfall directly. It is not a rain precipitation directly. It is rather a movement of wind system which is based on season, and that too, like in exactly counter wind. So, it is a seasonal reversal of the wind systems. Now, if this is what the case, then how to understand this whole phenomenon of monsoon? For that matter, you will find there are number of theories as such proposed. Okay, those are being proposed by different scholars, climatologists, meteorologists, as in. Now, say one of the first, and like by means of theories, okay, by means of theories, we will try to understand what exactly this phenomena is. That what in terms of definition, we first have somehow like try to make it clear that monsoon, what exactly it is a wind system. Now, how this wind system and why these wind systems are blowing. Now, there is the one concept that is one of the first scientific attempt just to explain this fact. Like Al-Biruni, he was like, that is absolutely a sea breeze and land breeze. That according to Al-Biruni, right, and maybe Arab scholars as well that time, and maybe Indians as well, you'll find this monsoon or this wind systems are simply a result of a sea breeze and land breeze, or simply interaction between land and continent. And even the same preposition with some scientific covering, okay, you will find, say, proposed by Helen. Edmund Helen, somewhere around in 18th century, 17th, 18th century, you'll find this concept was being proposed by him. What exactly this concept includes? See, we'll try to understand it mainly with respect to, okay, India. So, according to Edmund Hillel, the concept of monsoon is simply, again, sea breeze or land breeze kind of thing. That is simply a phenomena that is inherently connected with the land and temperature contrast, land and continent temperature contrast. And that's why this phenomena, this concept or theory itself known as thermal concept, because it traces its very root. It traces its very basic development that is in connection with the temperature conditions. And hence, thermal concept. See, now what exactly? What happened, right? Because the monsoon, it is about seasons, right? So what happened in the month of summer? In the month of summer, like over in the region of the Central Asian region, okay, like which is like that region that is having a desertic presence, mainly Thar Desert, the Pakistani desert, further Iranian desert, you will find Central Asian desert as well. Okay, in Turkmenistan, Tajikistan, that region, you'll find this Central Asian, okay, along tropical margins, say this region receives like high temperature, okay, because high insolation is there and high temperature. And now you must be aware about this fact that temperature is inversely proportional to pressure when the system is open. Yeah, I'm not going into that detail के वो फिर से relation कैसे होता है, but yeah, temperature is indirectly proportional to pressure. And as temperature when the system is open, and temperature conditions over here, it is on topic of Cancer, the perpendicularity rising in the month of March, April, May, high temperature, low pressure condition, you will find getting developed over here. And what happened, say, next to the equator in the summer? There, say, as solar radiations are inclined, okay, as solar radiations are inclined, the temperature conditions somewhere in the central Pacific region, like these temperature conditions are low. And this low temperature conditions, it gives rise to high pressure conditions. High pressure conditions. Yes. So low pressure and high pressure gradient is as such created there. What is the role of this gradient then? The role of this gradient is what? To drive wind system. You must be like, as we know, wind is simply a movement of air in well-defined direction. And the direction is defined or identified with the base of gradient of pressure. High pressure to low pressure. So wind moves from high pressure to low pressure. What happens from this particular margin of high pressure, you will find winds are then moving towards low pressure region. And as these winds are like trade winds, as these winds are moving over an oceanic region, they will carry some moisture along with. And when conditions are suitable, conditions are favorable, you will find leads to precipitation there itself. That is what it is. So, see, winds are not moving just for the purpose of rainfall, to bring a rainfall. No, winds are moving, it just due to there exists this pressure gradient there. Low pressure, high pressure. And this is what happened in summer. These winds are having their origin in the southwest direction. Southwest. So this is like southwest trade winds. And that's why our monsoon is known as, in the month of summer, southwest monsoon. Now what happened in the like other part of the that year, when say conditions are now pretty much changed? What happened in the months of winter? Say the same region, or maybe like Himalaya, that particular region, which is like having a ice or frozen conditions over there. In the months of winter, the conditions are getting further more cooler, because solar radiations are not now perpendicular on Tropic of Cancer. Rather, the solar radiations are perpendicular on Tropic of Capricorn. And what happened here? Low temperature conditions are prevalent. Where? In the region of Tibet, in the region of Himalayas, and that further extension. And like the counter conditions over here, right? Those are developed in high temperature condition, because solar radiations are more perpendicular over in, say, this Tropic of Cancer, southern Indian oceanic part. So, low temperature it leads to high pressure, high temperature leads to low pressure. Now, it then drives a movement of wind system. See, these wind systems are moving like in this fashion in the months of winter. And as they are having their origin in northeast direction, they are like known as northeast trade wind. As in the tropical region, so northeast, there must be trade winds in themselves. And as these winds are mainly having, like for the case of India, if you consider, mainly like having the origin from the landmass and moving over on the Indian landmass itself, they are devoid of moisture and lead to comparatively less rainfall or precipitation conditions. I hope this explanation for summer and winter for thermal concept, okay, given by Edmund Halley, is like pretty much easy to understand. However, as you know, like this phenomena is not as simple like what this Edmund Halley as such imagined. Because monsoon is not literally a sea breeze and land breeze, maybe like extended for a few thousands of kilometers. But this phenomena is not merely a reflection of temperature, but rather this phenomena is actually a highly complex factor. And that's why when you'll find like UPSC in like 2022 optional, there was a question why IMD has repeated failure in prediction of monsoon. Because the monsoon system is inherently a complex phenomenon. That is inherently a complex phenomenon. Okay, we'll be like discussing this. Now, the second then theory, right? That is actually, again, there are many propositions in this NL, but we are trying to limit ourselves. So, dynamic theory of dynamic concept given by Flom. In 1951, dynamic concept. And this dynamic concept, it uses the understanding, okay, of the knowledge of ITCZ, intertropical convergence zone. Simply, what is intertropical convergence zone? It is simply the zone lying between tropics, intertropical. So between tropics and convergence of what? Like two wind systems. So this zone that usually lies 5 degree north, 10 degree north, or up to 5 degrees south, right? So this zone, which is highly dynamic in nature, which changes its position with the shifting positions of the sun. Like if perpendicularity of the sun is on the tropic of Cancer, that means like summer solstice, you'll find ITCZ is now shifting more towards tropic of Cancer. If it is not towards tropic of Capricorn in the month of winter solstice, you'll find moving towards tropic of Capricorn. So ITCZ is simply where this combined duo, okay, or this wind system are trying to merge into two. But according to dynamic concept, you will find, say, this dynamic concept, it's like believes in the role of ITCZ and its movement, okay, along with. So ITCZ, which is usually like over in this fashion, okay, this is where this northeast trade wind and southeast trade winds are supposed to get merged into, right, each other. But what happened? See, as this ITCZ is having highly dynamic behavior, highly fluctuating position, these winds have to, say, changes their destination of origin as well. And they have to either shorten their length or distance, or either have to migrate along, okay, in comparison. So what happened in the months of summer? See, what happened in the months of summer? According to Flon, in the months of summer, when the perpendicularity is on Tropic of Cancer, 23.5 degree, ITCZ is having like a tendency to reach, okay, like towards Tropic of Cancer. It is more deviating over on the continent and comparatively less on ocean, that way. So it should be like this way. Okay? This. Now, as this ITCZ, it defines the point of destination, not ITCZ bounded destination of this mixing or convergence. You will find the southeast trade winds, which like were either getting merged over in the tropical region, over in the equatorial region, equator and that around. What happened? Say this southeast trade winds, they need to like say high pressure, low pressure condition, the obvious that is in existence. However, say this southeast trade winds, they have to cross an equator, zero in the equator. And now, what happened due to this fact? there is a Coriolis force. Coriolis force is simply that force that is having its origin due to rotation of the earth, and that leads to a change in the direction of the moving winds. And due to the southeast trade winds, there, right, encroachment in the northern hemisphere from southern hemisphere. See, the southern hemispheric Coriolis force is seamless to exist, and northern hemispheric Coriolis force is now operating point. And what? Say, this Coriolis force, it leads to a rightward bending. It leads to a rightward bending of this winds. And then this winds, like, they takes like this bend and moving in this direction. See, the direction is now east, west, north, and south. The direction is having their origin in southwest, moving towards northeast. These winds are southwest trade winds. They again, right, will do the same thing, will pick up the moisture, and as and when conditions are suitable, favorable, leads to precipitation there. So you will find this is what happened during the month of summer. Now, what happened in the months of winter? Then, in the months of winter, you will find conditions are a bit different. What? In the months of winter, you will find ITCZ, which was like located towards, Tropic of Cancer due to perpendicular solar radiation. Now, this ITCZ boundary is now shifting towards Tropic of Capricorn. The reason being shifting position of the perpendicular solar radiation. Now, during the winter solstice, 22nd of December and that around, you will find, say, ITCZ shifted to Tropic of Capricorn, that region, and then, say, accordingly, winds need to, cross the position. Winds need to cross their position as well. And what happened now in the winters? You will find the ITCZ boundary is like up to this mark, 23.5. So this northeast trade winds, say all along, this northeast trade wind, they moves over in the tropical region of northern hemisphere where the Coriolis force of northern hemisphere is applicable rightward. However, as soon as this wind crosses equator, you will find it leads to their bending towards their left, because Coriolis force lead to a anti-clockwise or leftward bending of wind. And then this winds now moving towards the left. Now, if you try to press their name, east, west, north, south, these winds are having their origin in northwest, moving towards southeast. These winds are northwest trade winds. It carries moisture and lead to precipitation. That is what northwest monsoon for Australia, for Africa, for South America, and that particular region. So for India, the same wind, right? They are northeastern in their direction. That's why known as northeast monsoon. For India, these winds are in tropical northern hemisphere. These are what? Rather, northeast trade winds or northeast monsoon. And this is how, say, Sloan tried to explain it with the help of the role of ITCZ. Though in the later phase, you will find in 1950s, P. Koteshwaram or Walker as well, or in after 1972, the MONEX expedition, there is a joint expedition by India and Russia, USSR that time. So they have gathered a lot of information from where we get to know about the role of Tibetan plateau there, the role of jet streams like the after Second World War, and that the combined effect of all this phenomena actually then lead to this movement of wind system. That is monsoon trade wind system. I hope this topic, it seems now pretty much clear that monsoon is not a rainfall, it is not merely a precipitation, it is rather like outcome of the movement of this trade wind system. Okay, those pick up the moisture and lead to precipitation, just like when the conditions are favorable. So the movement of monsoon is mainly like due to low pressure, high pressure, and in that effect due to the shifting position of the sun. So this is all about for monsoon. I hope this explanation seems pretty much clear to you guys. Thank you and have a good time.